Hi, my name is Philip Bloom and welcome to this part 2 of the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera review, otherwise known as, is it a black magic in your pocket? I'm not a snob, I just don't like public transport. I'm fine if it's like this, but when people start getting on it, I sort of get a little bit claustrophobic, so I'm just gonna, just in case, these seats are taken.
My window at 4 Flight Herman's to Liam Dick.
Don't like it.
Picking up dog shit. I've just made myself look like a right window because I'm ringing up the council saying, well, this has never happened.
The most important thing about assessing this camera, in fact any camera, is really just to go out and shoot with it. Looking at a list of specs and being in a sort of static environment, even my house, and just filming a few things, that's not really getting to know the camera. And listening to anybody's opinion is not a way to judge a camera, including mine. Don't just listen to my opinion, you need to get out and shoot with it. And I'm going to go out and shoot with it. I'm going into London, that's why I'm on a train. I don't normally do public transport, but I'm going on the train and we're going down to South Bank, which is a little bit tricky to film in normally with permissions. That's why I've only got a small tripod with me, which means no movement. But most of the footage I've seen, in fact all the footage I've seen from this camera has been handheld. Just because it's a small camera doesn't mean it should just be handheld. Handheld should be for a reason. I've also got a bag with a number of lenses in it. A few more lenses than I need to because I just want to test them out. So really this is just going to be a really useful day, a way of just seeing what is this camera like. Can you shoot with it in real minimal mode like this? And what's the difference when you start building it up a little bit? We're actually only one bus ride and 3 stations into this day, and I'm already down a battery and a half. I've got another 5. The way I normally shoot is I leave the camera on, and then when I see a shot I record. You can't do it. You have to turn the camera off between shots unless you have literally a gazillion batteries. So off until I see a shot. Fortunately, it doesn't take too long. Turn back on, just 2 or 3 seconds.
Welcome aboard the Southwest train service to London Waterloo. Calling at Vauxhall and London Waterloo. The next station
One more
is
station and we're there. I'm doing it. Stop those Dutch angles. Thank you. Oh, sneaky shot of MI6 just around the corner there. Ah, Vauxhall's got away. There it is. You may notice I'm recording audio on, of course, C100, but also recording audio on the Blackmagic camera. And as you can tell, it's really not very good on the internal mic. I've yet to try out the plug-in mic, like the Rode video mic, and see what that's like. But the internal mic is pretty much a massive pile of When we get to Waterloo, Yannick's going to put the C100 away because it looks like a video camera. And I'm just going to go and see if I can get a few shots just on this. You can't film in these places without permission. What I love is that Yannick tried to get a few shots of me filming and he got kicked out, whereas I got some shots. Of course we are in sunshine, which means the camera is going to need ND if you want to shoot at anything that's not going to be closed down. If you want to get any sort of shallow depth of field, you must use ND. And we're using our trusty Rebel ND, which we're very used to with our DSLRs. This is a Schneider Optics, the true match is 77mm one, and I've got an absolute load of step-up rings to get to that point. With this, of course, it means I can shoot in bright sunshine and get my shallow depth of field if I want it. I don't always want it, of course, but it means I can. So, no built-in NDs, I don't expect it to. You're still going to need your trusty Rebel ND. And if you don't have one for your DSLR already, what the hell have you been doing? What I love about London, places like this is the overwhelming smell of It's lovely, really nice to come and just go to a quiet corner and just smell that. The reason I stopped here is I just wanted to address the whole name of the camera. It's a pocket camera. Okay, I think you get the point. It's only a pocket camera with no lens on it. And even with a sort of like a pancake 20mm on it, it's still not a pocket camera. It is smaller than a cinema camera. It's just marketing, let's be honest, because there really is only one true pocket camera, and that's going to be your smartphone. Your smartphone will go in your pocket, and that's the only true pocket camera. So far, it's been a pleasure to shoot with, actually, apart from the fact that the battery's down. Oh, I'm down to 3%. I better change batteries. I never know which way around it goes. Take two. So far, it's been a pleasure to shoot with. It's easy, it's light, in this minimal mode, which means no audio, no real support. If you had IS though on the lens, then that'd be even better. I only have one IS lens. It's around here somewhere. Here it is. I got this with my GH1. It's a 14-140. It's the only IS lens I've got. I had another one. I sold it. That was stupid, wasn't it? It was like a 45mm Leica lens with IS. I could be wrong, but that's gone now. So you do need to get IS if you're going to do a lot of handheld. Otherwise, you are looking at using a rig. Now, this may look like overkill, but don't forget, this is bare bones camera. And to be honest with you, I'm shooting bare bones. There's a reason I'm shooting bare bones. This sort of rig, this is the Marauder rig from Zacuto, and it's not cheap, but it's really, really well made and really solid, and it will work across all sorts of cameras, from this to a 5D, to my 1DC, to even the C100, and it folds down really neatly. When you are using this camera, most likely you are going to build it up. You're probably going to have a small cage over it, you're probably going to have an audio recorder on the side, you're going to have a microphone on top. It will be more substantial than this, and a decent rig like this will make your stuff that much better and make handheld a lot easier. Now the thing is, when you look at prices, that's what's psychologically going to be difficult. Because the camera's cheap, it's like £800, less than £800, you're going to find you're going to spend a lot more money than that to make the camera work for you as an A camera. As a B camera, you would spend less because it is a B camera. If you are going to use it as your main camera, you are going to need to spend some money. You've obviously got the cards, which cost a fair amount of money if you're going to get enough media for a day, which I would say is around 5 to 6 hours. Enough batteries, and if they're lasting like 30 to 40 minutes of recording time, less than that actually, you need a fair few of those as well, because don't forget, where are you going to charge? Where am I going to charge my batteries here? And then we're going to look at, obviously, audio gear. We're going to need audio gear, and if you're using this as a camera, you may already have it, but if you haven't, you're going to need to get that. You're going to need to get the cage, you're going to need to get some NDs, you need to get some glass if you're probably coming from a 5D, because it's not really going to be ideal for this because of the crop. So it really all adds up, and it changes the whole way we look at cameras. It's already been going away for quite some time with DSLRs, especially with the cheaper T2Is and T3Is and 550D, 600Ds. They are very cheap, and that's where it's psychologically difficult to buy a rig, for example, like this one, which I think costs around $600 or so, give or take, when it's like, like half the cost, a little bit more than half the cost of the camera. You need to look at the camera as a component, no longer as the main part of your system. It's a component, and you have to spend money to make it work. To give an example of how this is working in other cameras as well, it's the same when I owned a Red. I bought the Red body for around, I don't remember, like $35,000 or so, the Red Epic. I then spent roughly around $40,000 on bits and pieces to make it work fully as a camera. So now using the Marauder rig, it is definitely steadier. As I said, it's overkill right now for this, but as soon as we build it up, it makes total sense. This rig will last you through many cameras, not just your pocket camera. I'm going to try the autofocus that actually does, well, there is an autofocus function on here. It doesn't work brilliantly, but it is there. Let's have a look. So first off, let's see what the image stabilization is like. So that's with it off. Jello vision. This is with it on. Oh yeah, that's all right. I mean, it's still very hard to keep it steady on such a long focal length. But it does work. As you can see, that's on and that's off. Yeah, I think I'll keep it on. So let's test out this autofocus. So I just make sure it's out of focus. I'm going to hit record. Now press the focus button. So theoretically, it should come into focus. It's gone the wrong way. No, the other way. Other way. Other way. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Bit more. Come on. Bit more. Let me give it another little press on the focus button. Nope, it's gone right. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, let's try once more, see if it was operator error. Let's knock her out of focus. And we'll press the focus button again. It's gone the wrong way again. I mean, it could be my lens. There it goes. See, it's almost going there and I have to press it again. I really wish the Micro Four Thirds cinema camera had the active mount that this has. The active mount is really so important to be able to use those Lumix lenses and be able to get that image stabilization when you need it. It's such a shame. On here, it's absolutely lovely and essential. Let's hear what this sounds like. And remember, no audio meter, so it's utter guesswork. So the only way I really can judge audio just like this is actually for headphones, which is really not a way of doing it. I am speaking into the Rode video mic, and this is set to 100% on the camera, which really means to me that if this is the level that's recording at, it sounds really quiet in my headphones, and this is at max volume on the headphones. These are very low level preamps, which is really not good. So I'm taking out the microphone, and I'm going to turn up the internal microphone and have a listen to that. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's at 100% too. Sounds very thin. And when I recorded on this the other day, it also had a slight whistling. I can't hear it right now, but when I play it back, it may well be there. For me, there's no way on earth I am recording my main audio in this camera as it stands. And even for B-roll, I don't feel comfortable the way this is right now. And I would easily plug this microphone into a DSLR and record B-roll sound just fine. The way it is, without levels, I'm sorry, I just can't do it. It's just not worth having crap sound. Here's a strange quirk of the old Blackmagic camera. If we have something which is so burnt out like the sun, it goes black. Black highlights? I've not heard of that before. Highlights are supposed to be white. What's all this black highlights? It's like something's coming in from another dimension. Like a transformer, perhaps. Where is Shia LaBeouf when you need him? Megan Fox, she can come out of that black hole, that'd be fine. What a weird quirk. In the final part of the review, I'll be looking at the footage, talking about everything that I found from using the camera, looking at the pros and cons in more detail, to try to add up the cost of what I feel would be a proper shooting kit for it. But until then, I want to go up there, London Eye. Notoriously difficult to film there. They're like fascists, camera fascists. They won't let you take anything up there that's not like an iPhone. You go up there with anything that looks even remotely like a video camera and they'll say no. I mean, I went up there with an Arri Alexa the other day and they said no. I said, it's just for home video. Really ridiculous, complete fascist. So I'm gonna go up there with just the camera here and a single lens, no handheld rig, and see what I can get. Luckily, it's not gonna be just me filming. It's always nice to have a subject to film, and I have a very lovely subject.
If the sun should hide away, then I will find its hiding place. And if the mockingbirds won't sing, then I will sing you anything. If you lived across the sea, I'd ask the wind to carry me. And if the stars forget to shine, I'll climb a ladder up in